that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal. I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked or when it's part of my job.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved a win.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Stephen A. Smith shares that in his view, Manny Pacquiao clearly did enough to earn the win over Mario Barrios. He criticizes the judges for what he believes was a robbery and mentions that while everyone is entitled to their opinion, this result just doesn't feel right to him. Because Pacquiao outshined Barrios, Bobby Pacquiao agrees, expressing his surprise at the result and wondering what exactly the judges saw to call it a draw. He believes Manny did more than enough, but also admits they have no option except to accept the outcome, even if it seems unfair.
Get one. Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring, or 13 years in the ring. But I know the score. You know that. The score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised, but anyway, the judges and decision is now. Let's accept. I really accept that decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus with family.
In a post-fight interview, rising star Kermel Moughton shared his view on the controversial result of the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios fight. Moughton confidently said he actually believed Manny won, but accepted that the judges called it a draw. His statement highlights the growing gap between what fans saw and how the fight was officially scored. Moughton also suggested that a rematch is unlikely, which adds more frustration to the situation considering Manny's age and Barrios's position as a current champion. The result not only surprised fans, but also shut the door on what might have been a legendary comeback.
Pro boxing fans here with Kamel Moten. Kamel, I've just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance. And much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved a win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel on the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. And so, that would be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've had a lot of very skilled fighters.
Expectations were always going to be hard to control for a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. People often forget how time affects a fighter's speed, reflexes, and power. Even though he is no longer in his prime, Manny still performed at a surprisingly high level.
Pacquiao last night was not a great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter, who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw. And the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters, they ain't been watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who decries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised, and it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
His ring IQ, footwork, and heart carried him through every round, showing glimpses of the legendary fighter who once dominated multiple divisions. Fans and analysts praised his ability to take control of key moments in the fight, even while facing a much younger opponent. While no one expected a prime Pacquiao performance, he showed more than enough to earn respect. The online boxing community exploded with outrage after the decision, and one of the loudest reactions came from BKS Secrets Ports on X. His post quickly went viral as he claimed that Manny Pacquiao was robbed and had clearly outboxed Barrios. Fans strongly supported his statement and shared the same frustration over what they felt was a biased result. One fan said, "Pacquiao just got robbed. Wow, he completely dominated Barrios. Barrios did not affect this fight at all. Pac, through better combos, entertained the crowd more, and was clearly the better fighter tonight. Super rigged. Manny outboxed Barrios in the worst way possible. Are we serious?" Despite arguments over power shots and punch stats, one point kept coming up among fans: Manny seemed to do more than Barrios throughout the entire match. Some critics noted that Manny did not go all in for a knockout or push harder in the final rounds, but the performance was far from passive. He moved well, landed more clean combinations, and controlled the pace for most of the fight. Many were left confused as to how Barrios earned an even score on the judges' cards. Even if Manny held back due to age or tactics, he still looked like the more effective fighter round after round.
Right, and then to 114.
I thought Manny won.
Close fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last five rounds,
yeah,
the 12,
I had the same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was gonna take it, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
great job by Manny Pacquiao. He's 46 years old.
46. Look,
yeah, man,
and you know boxing,
amazing.
so people can't say that you're biased or you're just a straight.
I think he did great. I mean,
I think
for
he
his
won.
age, you know.
Regardless,
it's not the money that we used to know, but you know,
right.
Thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose.
Yes.
It was close to Jeff Horn. He didn't lose. Yeah. Bradley won. He didn't lose. And tonight he didn't lose.
Yes.
Another angry fan did not hold back when reacting to the scoring. His frustration matched the feelings of thousands watching around the world who believed the decision made no sense at all. He went on social media with a bold and furious post saying the judges in Las Vegas must be on drugs, or maybe they were paid off under the table. Manny Pacquiao dominated the fight against Barrios. He won 11 out of 12 rounds easily, if not every single one. What a disgrace when the fight was reviewed round by round. Many analysts agreed that Manny clearly won at least 6 rounds. He started landing clean shots, used his signature speed, and set up combos that got the crowd excited. Even Barrios admitted after the fight that Pacquiao is still an amazing fighter with surprising punching power. What upset fans the most was how close the scorecards ended up being. If just one more round had gone to Manny, he would have secured the win.
Opponents have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds, and so he had a run of like 4 straight, and at my point, he's up on the scorecards 87-84, which meant all he needed was one more round in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, you know, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up. or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low. And even the ref had to be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I can't get mad at him. But Barrios comes down that 10th, has some really good body work. And you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios. He has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up. And it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have... Because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations in him the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction to everybody was like, Barrios, you couldn't mess with a 46-year-old? Like, Manny. They always say, like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take the belt. I think a lot of people thought of like, hey, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 46-year-old should win.
Before getting back in the ring, Manny faced serious concern from fans and boxing experts. Many warned him about the risks of fighting at his age, especially against a younger and more active opponent. But Pacquiao proved them all wrong. He not only went the full distance, but also looked sharp and focused the entire time. His footwork stayed strong, his conditioning was impressive, and his timing on punches was still there. What could have been a sad goodbye turned into a powerful moment of redemption. For Manny's legacy, showing he still deserves to be mentioned among the top active fighters.
Guys, I'm going to try and articulate what I've just seen to you, but it's really, really hard because when something defies logic and something defies what you were expecting, I mean, going into this fight, I was more worried about Manny Pacquiao's health rather than whether or not I thought he could win this fight. So to watch it and watch something quite incredible, I'm really going to struggle through this video. I've got a couple of interesting things to say. I've got a few insights to give to you. But the number one thing people that are clicking on this video who haven't seen the fight will probably be thinking is, was this legitimately a draw? And I'm going to try and answer that question for you in this video. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Guy Called Henry. This is my instant reaction to Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So please smash a like on this video, subscribe to A Guy Called Henry if you're new, and get your comment in the comment section below. Do you think that Pacquiao won this fight? And what do you think he should do next? Guys, I cannot believe what I've just seen. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so impressed. Manny Pacquiao at 46 years old had come back in the ring, and he would have broken the record as the oldest champion of all time, I believe. He would have broken his own record at the very least as the oldest welterweight champion of all time. And coming into this, I suspected that he had absolutely no chance. I thought after the Rukia Ampo fight that I saw, after the fact that he lost 4 years ago, I think it was, to Dennis Ugas, who Barrios had beaten, I don't think there was any chance of him winning this fight. But sometimes there's people out there that just defy everything you think and know. And I thought this fight was a gimmick. I thought this fight was a joke. And I can understand why people will question the credibility, the legitimacy of this result, because it is that mind-blowing. But go and watch this fight for yourselves. See it with your own eyes. Manny Pacquiao was very good in there. He was very good in there. Is he the prime Pacquiao of old? No, because prime Pacquiao of old would have absolutely destroyed Barrios tonight. But Manny Pacquiao legitimately did well in that fight. Do I agree with the scorecard? I'm going to let you know what my scorecard was at the end of this video, but just talking in terms of what was happening in there, it was an interesting fight where Barrios was trying to use straight punches to keep Manny at bay, and he tried to counterpunch Manny. Manny would do his classic lunging in that he'd always do, and as he'd land those shots or hit the guard, Barrios would look to counter him immediately with straight shots. He'd also throw hooks to the body of Manny and straights to the body of Manny. Manny used a few veteran tactics in there to try and navigate those difficult rounds. He'd say, oh, it's a bit low, it's a bit low.
Former champion Fernando Vargas spoke openly about Manny's performance. He admitted that Pacquiao clearly was not in his prime, but still praised his effort and fighting spirit. Vargas pointed out that Manny gave everything he had in the ring and left it all out there. Even though the official result was not satisfying, Vargas believed that fans were still grateful for the chance to see Manny back in action.
How's it like the decision?
I don't know.
Did you think it was a draw?
I thought it was a draw.
You thought it was a draw? Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Keith bet on a draw, so he thought it was a draw too. Thurman.
Yeah, I thought it was a draw.
Why did you think it was a draw?
It went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Did you like what you saw from Manny Senior? Did you like how he fought? Who? Senior. Sorry, Manny.
Oh yeah, definitely did great. He's winning. can tell that he's not 100% like he used to be, because you know it showed that he was not as quick as it was once. You know what I mean? So it was. I mean, Manny didn't sing though.
But I think Pacquiao still put on, man. You saw, whether you're a Filipino, Mexican, you saw boxing, and I think that's what boxing is missing. You know, just the heart. You know, you see flashbacks of Pacquiao, Barrera. I liked it. The fans were good.
Did you think it was a draw?
I didn't.
You didn't. Who you thought won?
I thought Barrios won. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, yeah.
I thought he edged it out because you gotta like legitimately beat the champ to, you know what I'm saying? And he was fighting for the belt. So, you know, my respects to Manny. I mean, he's 47 years old, and it's like, for what he's doing and how he looked, I mean, I take my hat off to him.
Boxing insiders, journalists, and retired pros on social media all expressed disappointment with the decision. Many agreed that Pacquiao actually won more rounds than the judges gave. Analysts reviewed the fight frame by frame, showing that Manny's clean shots and control of the pace gave him a clear advantage. The frustration was not just from casual fans, but also from respected figures in the sport. Many believe judging needs to change, especially when public opinion is so different from the official result.
Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios fight to a majority draw. The one judge gave it in favor of Barrios, 115-113. My thoughts on this one: I thought Pacquiao did enough. I thought he did enough. Pacquiao did a good amount of work leading up, and it looked like going into those final 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12, Pacquiao had a good lead. Barrios needed the final 3 to be able to make a draw in this fight. The judges thought he did that. I personally did it. Now, I'm not going to lie, before the final round, I checked the live odds of Manny Pacquiao, and he was a massive favorite to win this fight. Now, I think that there's a slight robbery here. The fans thought so too. And let's not lie, Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. He is 46. So first, for him to step in there and go the distance with the champion of his old division is so impressive. I don't care what you think of Barrios. Manny Pacquiao is a warrior for stepping in there tonight. 46 years old, and he takes the champion to a majority draw in a fight where many will say that he did enough to get that nod. I think I would love to see him maybe try it again. I think Pacquiao deserved the win here. What do we think? Thoughts on the fight?
Boxing experts openly criticized the result, calling it unfair. Many believe Pacquiao deserved the win and a chance to make history at 46. They said the judging did not show what really happened in the ring and called for urgent changes in how championship fights are judged at the highest level. Across social media, fans showed anger over the draw. They thought Pacquiao outclassed Barrios, especially given his age. Many were upset by Barrios' lack of aggression, saying he did not challenge Manny and missed his chance to prove he belonged. The draw left fans questioning the sport's credibility once again.
The Manny Pacquiao event versus Mario has officially finished and left a lot of fans disappointed in Las Vegas. The fight took place in the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and it ended in a majority draw. I was reading some of the comments, and a lot of people were saying that Pacquiao got robbed on the fight. Other people were saying that Mario was taking it easy on Manny Pacquiao. And remember, Floyd Mayweather said if this man right here got the W, that he was going to give him a rematch. But since it's a draw now, we don't know what's going to happen there. After seeing the fight, I did see that Manny still had his combination punches, and he still has that speed that he's known for. Mario wasn't throwing that many punches, and he didn't seem to be all there. But for the people that saw the fight, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Manny won or Mario? In today's time, it's actually very difficult to tell who's out there to really win that W or who's there just to throw in the towel real quick and get that paycheck. I blame Jake Paul for this, but I'm very curious to know, what are your thoughts about all this down below in the comments? And like always, don't forget to follow for more viral news. Ciao, pescado.
While there is debate about whether Manny did enough to earn a clear win, some people shifted their focus to Barrios' weak performance. The younger fighter did not push the pace or leave a strong impression. His lack of aggression and limited offense surprised many viewers. Some guessed that Barrios was too respectful of Manny's legacy or too hesitant to fight hard against a legend. Whatever the reason, Barrios' passive approach made it seem like he did not do enough to even get a draw. This made the decision feel even more doubtful for those who expected a champion to show active dominance.
So yeah, everybody, so this is Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So yeah, everybody, you know, Manny Pacquiao, you know, this ended in a draw. So yeah, this was a good fight, very good fight. I thought Pacquiao edged it, based off, I don't know, maybe eye-catching work, you know, but Barrios was, I would say, was slipping away halfway through 6-7, around that there, and then he came back in the last couple of rounds, but in the same time, I think Pacquiao did enough to win the fight. But it was a great fight, everybody. You know, Manny Pacquiao looked far from done in this fight. He looked fantastic, looked like Father Time didn't beat him, and he was quite impressive tonight. And more impressive than the expedition he did face in Japan not too long ago. You know, so, you know, it was a great fight. Unfortunately, there was no win put down to either fighter. It was a draw. Second draw for Barrios too. His last draw was from the Abdul Ramos. So, yeah, so this was a great fight, everybody. What do you guys think about it? I thought it was a very, very good fight. And yeah.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.